Fuck. I've done goofed again. Didn't prepare enough, but let's see if this actually works. Fuck yeah, it does. We're ready to go. I've actually got still some beef and rice in front of my face right now as we get prepared for today's video. A very, very important one. In fact, one of those times where I'm actually very interested to see the shitcoins of the day, because if the market is about to do what I think it's about to do, well, I do expect that shitcoin's about to do, or it's about to look a very, very certain way in this video. So that is going to be highly enlightening to me and hopefully to you as well, perhaps out there in the cryptocurrency world. I see some complainers, maybe just one complainer. If you saw, I banned them. No fucking complaining. If you want to complain about an intro, go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Get off the channel. Just get off the channel. If you're new here, also get the fuck off the channel as well. And if you don't even know what the hell I'm saying, then also get off the channel. That is how we do things in this cave. For all the new people here and for all the old people, I'm very, very glad to see you. Mr. Ian Terry, literally one of the most OGs of this channel. I think he was on in the first month in 2018 in March. Holy shit, man. Good to see you, brother. And good to see a lot of other familiar faces here. Wes the Electrician saying, this intro makes me want to take some E's. Yes, some electrons is what we used to call them. Take your electrons. They're vital to your health. And it'll help you have a very, very heartfelt time. What's up, Mr. Peter Underwood? Good to see you as well, my man. Michael Longcar, another familiar face. Getting more familiar. I see people talking politics in the chats as well. That's always great to be speaking about. We love politics. Not really, because politics are fucking redacted. No, politics are not redacted, but conversations about them certainly are. No one's changing anyone's mind on the internet. Let's just be honest about that. No one's changing no one's mind on the internet. It's just two different silos, both just becoming more and more extreme on both sides. You gotta love it, man. That's gonna be the ultimate destiny of democracy. It fails because people are too fucking dumb. That's actually the real problem with democracy. And if you want one of my most inflammatory takes, democracy is doomed to fail, to fail in all cases, because at some point people are just too fucking stupid. It relies too much on people actually educating themselves, and unfortunately that is just too much to be asking for, especially in today's day and age, you know. If you know the comedian, I believe it is George Carlin, he said this very legendary line that I think about very, very often, and it applies to all situations. Think about how dumb the average person is, and then realize that half of people are literally dumber than that. I'm probably even one of those dumber people. So but that's the problem, you know, that's the problem. You can't have a democracy when things get too damn big because people are just too fucking stupid. Anyways, eat all the bugs. That's right. We're going to be eating the bugs. But until then, I got a nice big plate of beef. Can you see it? Oh, yeah, you can see a little bit of it. I've already cleaned off about 75% of it. But today was a little bit of a slow day as I get things ready in the background. Plenty to talk about today in all facets of the market, even looking at corollaries as well. And there is just, this really is the fun time, I do believe, that we're kind of getting ready for, that we've been preparing for. Again, looking and referencing the October statistics, you know, this next sort of week. Oh my God. Big Bull says Richard Hart should be president. Yes, that's right. Say 10 Richard Harts per day. And I shouldn't even mention his fucking name, because then I'm going to have like 100 people from Hex with Hex in their usernames on Twitter, just saying all sorts of dumb shit. Like I said a few things about Hex last week, which was like an obvious bait, just to prove a point. And what do you know? All of the priests of Hex, all of the administrators, just put out a hit on my head, and they sent all their goons. And that's how you know that you're in a. That's how you know that you're in a cult. That's how you know that you're in a cult, because the leaders tell you what to do. They say jump, and you say, "How high, sir? Tell me when to put the green bunghole in. Tell me when to put the green dildo in my bunghole," because I love it. I fucking love it, and I love it too. And I even love you Hex fuckers out there as well. Richard Fart says Benjamin J. That was a very clever one. I have to actually give me 5 seconds. I need to put my headphones in their resting place so that I can actually use them after this video. Just one moment here, and I'll be back. Okay. We're ready yet again. I missed the ring. Hero, Simps, and Virgins. Well, soon she'll be back, but right now she's actually recovering from a surgery. She's doing quite well. It was an elected surgery, let's say, and well, looking forward to the results. I'm thinking like those Diablo underworld priest shamans. Exactly, they're like shamans. They're like the leader shamans, and they're like, hey, today we will be focusing. It's like they have like sermons and shit. It's crazy, man. It's totally fucking crazy. But yeah, man, it was very enlightening to see. But you know, that's just a part of being in the crypto cult in general. I choose rich. We all choose rich. K says super been doing fucking great, man. I actually keep an eye on that one, being that it is, of course, you know, my good friend Mr. Elio's his own shitcoin, and it's actually doing quite well. Quite interesting to watch, man. Quite interesting to watch the last couple of years. Yeah, LOL Idiocracy. I watched that movie a couple of years ago, and it is hilariously. It's hilariously, but also very sad that probably is where things lead to. That kind of is where things lead to. Are you still in Helsinki? No, I am not. I am in Dubai right now, at least for the next few months, and then perhaps we go off to maybe Thailand. Oh wait, don't remember my laughing Mexicans when you take over the world. I know. Idiocracy is coming true, man. You know it's true. But that's right. We only need 20,000% to get back to break even. I remember your first collab with yeah, hey, holy shit, Randy Fox still here. Hell yeah, I'm another OG of this channel. Yeah, Elio Trades is really the reason. Elliot from Elio Trades is really the reason why this channel probably is even somewhat has somewhat of a following, because he brought me on. This was in the heart of the 2018 bear market, after I was talking about Bitcoin coming down from 6,000 to 3,000 for like, it seemed like half a year. It eventually happened, which caught some people's attention. And then he asked me to come on for an interview. And from there, my channel subscriber rate just like tripled or quadrupled in just a couple of weeks. It was fucking crazy, man. It was fucking insane. So I'm all, you know, as always, grateful for him. I've met I can't even fucking speak, man. Can't even fucking speak. I'm so excited to talk about Elliot. I've met Elliot a few times now. He is a stand-up dude in real life as well. Just he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Yeah, Thailand is the best crown. What's up, Durian? Yeah, man. I'm really excited to check out, or we're really excited to check out Thailand. It seems like fuck it is a good place to go. Hopefully walkable though, because I hate being in cars, man. That's what I don't like about Dubai. Always in a damn car. The air outside is not the best quality. And for me, like, I don't know, it just seems like it's a good time to check out other things. Come to Pattaya. I do need some more ladyboys in my life because Elsa is just not doing it for me anymore. And, well, well, that's her problem, not mine. When Krown cult. That's right. We're in the Krown cult. I'm the cult leader. God, that would be the worst thing possible if I was a cult leader. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, man. Hopefully that day never comes. Full moon party. Yeah, as long as it involves all sorts of psychedelics, I'm in for that, man. Krown Lakers fan. I actually did grow up as a Lakers fan, but I'm more of a Kobe fan than I am a Lakers fan. I don't really watch any sports at this point, in my opinion. And I'm about to really fuck. If you think the Hex thing was incendiary, just get ready for to really piss people off. But in my opinion, the modern day sort of distractions are, well, sports. It's sports, man. We all. What is it? We all pray to the altar of our sports teams. Our happiness on a day-to-day basis rides and dies on whether people who we don't even know, who don't even know and probably weren't even born in the same city, have won their game against other people that we don't fucking know and also not born in their city that they play for. It's silliness, man. It's silliness. But I do love watching like highly skilled people. That is that is what I absolutely love doing. So Kobe for me is like he's the epitome of just he is the epitome of greatness, and I think that he's just such a great role model, and you know, in that way, just always fucking practicing. That really put it in my own mind that in order to get good at something, you're not, you might be born with some skills, but you need to foster and cultivate those skills as well. You need to water that garden in order to actually become something special. So for me, that Kobe died on your birthday, Jessica. Holy shit. It's her fault. Get her out of here. Ban her now. Get the fuck out. Just kidding, Jessica. 2021 Krown would have straight up said, sports are gay. Sports are bearish. Bearish on sports. Bearish divergence on sports, also very, very gay. No, I wouldn't say that because nowadays gay means cool. Or I don't even know if gay is cool anymore. Now it's trans is cool because it went, oh, you ready? You ready for a terrible statement? All right. I grew up throughout the 1990s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s as well. And it went from first, black people are cool, then it went to gay people are cool, then it went to trans people are cool, and then now what's next? Who the fuck knows? Nobody knows. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying that I don't agree with these things. I'm just saying that the cultural appreciation of these groups was starting to be more and more prioritized. That's just my observation of what's happened over the past 30 to 40 years. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's great that everyone's equal. I think everyone should be equal in value, obviously, but it is going to be very interesting to see what is the next thing. What is the next thing? What is the next, I guess, I don't know. Does anyone have any guesses? Next, Krown is adopting kitties. I don't adopt kitties, but I actually do sometimes go out of my way to support like cat and dog shelters, but it is what it is, man. Transgenderized. Yes, we need more of that as well. Bring back the Ollie Buck experience, Crypto Krown. Actually, I don't, no, I do have that on my YouTube channel, but I don't have that on my streaming service here. No, the next is going to be Hex. Next is Hexkins are going to be the celebrated group. Pedophiles, probably pedophiles. I can already see it because now you can't even say pedos. Obviously, I just said it, but it's not politically correct to say pedos anymore. You have to say minor attracted person, which here's another George Carlin thing that I heard recently that like this one makes a lot of sense. Okay, I really don't like the term colored people because not because of why you think, because that sounds really fucking racist to me. That sounds really fucking racist to me. We should just say, what the color is, because when things were actually super fucking racist, what were people who were not white called? They were called colored. And also, is white not a color as well? I mean, the whole thing's fucking retardium. The whole thing's fucking retardium. Racism is retardium, and being anti-racist is also retardium. It's like, as usual, the answer is somewhere in the middle. Hopefully my statements don't get cut up too much in, out of context, because, well, you know where that can go, man. You know where that can go. Yeah, they're called maps. Yeah, a bunch of fucking groomer maps. But we should be respectful of the maps. They can't control themselves, guys. We need to be empathetic and kind. That is the way. Empathy and kindness. Yes, we need more empathy for the actual perpetrators of crimes and the victims of crimes. That is the way forwards, because that is what a just and logical society will do. Okay. Clip straight to TikTok. All right, great. Are we talking about Bitcoin yet? Shut the fuck up. Bitcoin will get its day in the sun. In fact, let's actually talk about it right now. In fact, no, we're not going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about the moons. I just did a little bit of I talk with Grok all day. Probably at this point more than anyone else in my life. Because Grok is a polymath, fucking clairvoyant genius in a way. And it knows everything, so I can ask it all these cool questions. Anyways, when is the supermoon in October? The supermoon in October 2024 will occur October 17th. That's actually tomorrow, by the way. This event is also known as a hunter's moon and will be the closest and largest full moon of the year, making it a significant astronomical event. I don't know. Let's see if the witches are onto something. It is conveniently placed around the time that we statistically expect this month to really, get going, and things do start to, feel like they're getting going as of yesterday as well. Thoughts on Dildington Supreme moon cycles? The logical part of my brain wants to say moon and astrology and all this stuff is bullshit. The other side of it, the non-logical side, says results, and well, the results speak for themselves, I guess. Also, we should also be aware, as we kind of dip our toes into this analysis. We went over, I think it was last week when this happened. Let me actually see. When did this happen? About last week, when the hash ribbons fired off the capitulation signal. We spoke about, 50% of the time that actually already marked off the low. It is printing a potential blue buy signal as of today, by the way. Not confirmed yet, but it will be confirmed upon closure tonight, assuming that Bitcoin, I guess, doesn't completely shit the bed. I would assume that means anything below like $65,000. The moon is made of cheese, and cheese is good. Not for me, sir. Not for me. I'm highly lactose intolerant, and many bathrooms have been destroyed from such things. I just heard Elsa squeal from the bedroom. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, lady? Ha ha ha. Bull moon made me laugh out loud. That was funny. Yeah, it's the bull moon. It's the bull moon. The charts say no cap. And Bitcoin perhaps leaving the derp zone right here. This actually not the derp zone. This is relevant to the 5-day time frame. But the 5-day time frame is closing tonight, and Bitcoin's going to have a chance not to just, one, reclaim the median right here, but two, very likely play back up and try an official move somewhere between 71 to maybe even 73,500 bucks. Again, assuming that Bitcoin just doesn't shit the bed tonight, I would say anything above 67,000 bucks on CME is very likely to do it. Derpy Tum Supreme. Sup, says Tails. What's up, ma'am? That's a real dump, says Style Series. That's a real dump. Where, when, what? Oh, you're talking about the hash rooms probably. Now, Diddy parties are cool. Sorry, trans, you're out. That's right. That's the thing. That's my problem with it. It's like just as the movement is getting going, it's like we're on to the next thing. Diddy parties are cool. Jesus Christ, man. I didn't even start to look into the Diddy stuff until recently, and it's like, wow. He definitely gay, highly speculatively gay, and also black. So he's got 2 out of the 3 things, but both of those were 2 out of the 3 prior things. He missed his time frame. This is why timing is very important. Bearish on baby oil. Krown looks like that type of guy that gets off on green candles. Actually, red candles are the ones where I really get excited, to be honest with you. I actually do enjoy downside markets a lot more than upside markets, just from a trading perspective. But when it comes to actual YouTube content creation, upside markets are obviously more fun just because, people are generally happier. People are generally, it's just easier, I guess. But the downside markets are the actual fun times for me. When baby oil meme coin, there's an opportunity in this market right now for some baby oil coin. Holy shit, man. How has that not been made already? Or probably has. He's bi, says L. He's bi, man. Fuck you. He's not gay. He's bi. All right, fair enough. He's bi. Look, the second that you suck a dick as a man, you are now gay. And again, I'm not saying gay is bad. Gay is fine. Like, I'm all for gay people. Even one of my good friends in college was gay as fuck. He's also one of the coolest people I know. He's like literally one of the coolest people I know. If he's watching out there, Jacob, you are literally one of the coolest people I actually knew in college. But where was I going with this? Yeah, as soon as you suck a dick, you're not bi anymore. You're actually homosexual, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. The one who takes the green dildo in their Angus is the gay one. The other one is just being dominant. That's what it is. Krown would know about that time in Chicago. That's right. Chicago was a very experimental time. Oh, you're talking about the story of God damn. How many people on this channel don't know that story? I guess I didn't tell it too long ago. All right. That's right. Appreciating shoe collections, very gay, very, very gay. Not because shoes are gay, but because it's a gateway drug. It's a trap. It's a gay trap. I would know. How many gay and trans people in Dubai? They don't have pride parades here, but there's definitely some gay people. I mean, I see there are very flamboyant dudes walking down the street sometimes that I see, and I mean, they're just going about their life. Honestly, Dubai's very, very open in that regard. It's quite progressive in many ways. Just like you can't, I guess if there was going to be a gay parade, that's probably going to be off limits, I suppose here. But a lot of things are off limits, honestly. There's no straight parades as well, so it's like okay, it's just the rules for everyone, I guess. But yeah, backtesting the moon is next level. Let me actually see. Do I still have that one up here? Let me just type it in. Moon. There's got to be. Do I really not have it? Maybe which? Hold on. Is it on this chart actually? Wait, where is it? It is on this chart, I think. Let's see. Is this the right one? This is the short one. Let's see. Do I have the long one still? I do have the long one still. Let's check it out. Last one lost. Last 3-4 ones lost. But if we go throughout the full history of Bitcoin, Still does have an overall positive win rate with a significantly higher positive return. Yeah, 14.5% versus 7% win versus loss on average. So we'll see we'll see what happens tomorrow. In fact, that reminds me. Let's see. What about the Monday strategy? Obviously, that one's doing quite well right now. But let's see exactly what the results are as of this moment, because we referenced that in yesterday's video. Oh no, it's already closed. It's already closed. Oh yeah, it's already past 10. All right, fair enough. All right, opened at 62,540, closed at 65,700. I'll take it. How big of a move was that? Let's see. Percentage-wise, 5%. Holy shit. Played above the average here, it looks like. Let's see. Average winning trade, 320. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Well done. Well done, Monday strategy players. You've won yet again after 3 losses in a row. One small loss right there. Bigger loss right here. Bigger loss right here. Fair enough. That's what trading is. It is playing the long-term game. Crazy shit. All right. P.S. I don't know any girls. That's right. Because, well, that would be super gay. Get to the charts. Shut up, Oliver. Just kidding, man. I shouldn't be telling people to shut up. Being incendiary today, and I don't really mean to be. Be quiet, sir. Are we going to talk crypto? It's past midnight in Nashville. I mean, look, we're talking about it right now, sir. We're talking about it right now. But I suppose we can get to the actual... I think people are looking for a more streamlined analysis. So let's actually get into that. Let's see. I do want to record this one. This could be a fun video. Actually, no, I don't want to record this one. Fuck that. Okay. All right. First things first. Hash Ribbon's buy signal potentially coming in later tonight will be confirmed on today's closure. Assuming Bitcoin, I would assume anything above 66,000 bucks will very likely do it. But I do not have a reverse function on this one. But hey, anything above 66 very likely would do it, because that would be yet another just remain above that last high that we did see from late September. Of course, looking at Wednesday statistics, as the Monday trade has already closed. Yes, indeed, which was a nice gainer. Wednesday is actually in favor of negative closures. In fact, it's the most likely to close negatively day out of any weekday, with almost 61% of all Wednesdays since 2024 began closing negatively. Now, it does have the smallest negative return out of almost any weekday, excluding Thursday, at 177 versus the average positive returns, which is 3 1/3. And as you can see right here, I've actually plotted these lines now because Mr. Bear Nutrition has educated me on how to use TradingView better. And you can essentially just see the average range is kind of what we would expect based upon those returns. So to the downside, somewhere around, just below 66,000 bucks, perhaps for a pullback. To the upside, if things do continue, like I said, Wednesday actually has one of the highest positive returns, which would be all the way up to above 69,000 bucks, about 69,300 if you want to be exact. So moving on from there. I did want to also reference that, again, 5-day time frame for CME, which is closing tonight, still playing out this hidden bullish divergence. Any sort of a confirmation above this, above this moving average right here, very likely minimum. We will see the RSI at least test the bullish control zone. Obviously, the reverse function for this is not going to be super useful right now, because this move is unlikely to happen on this next tick, but perhaps the one after that, when this updates, it will be of relevance. For right now, the edge of the bullish control zone would be about 76,666, devil's number right there. But ultimately, that will update tomorrow. Again, 5-day Jewel continues on with its upside. So also, I should add, supported by DMI for the first time in a while here too. So this move is still looking like the move, I suppose. There can be short-term pullbacks, certainly. But essentially, as long as Bitcoin's above 65,000 bucks, short-term pullbacks are just that, short-term pullbacks before getting ready for an actual explosion, perhaps on the higher term timeframes that takes us into the end of this month. Again, referencing the October statistics, we do expect the high this month to come in around at least after the beginning of the 3rd week of October, and we are how many days away from that? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full days away from that number. Again, could even come later in the month than that, but Would be expecting somewhere around there at least. Forgot to bring up my stochastic momentum, but it's the same shit as yesterday, to be fair. And moving on from there, we can see that the HPDR getting the range incredibly well right here. In fact, this would be my big focus for today's closure. Look, if Bitcoin does close anywhere above the median, but especially anywhere above 67,000 bucks on CME specifically, there is a premium over spot price action. I'd be looking at that as an indication that Bitcoin's very likely to make a move probably in the next 5, maybe 10-day period to above 70,000 bucks, somewhere between about 71,000 to 73,500 bucks. And obviously this range will probably even change upon tonight's closure. So, assuming that things kind of remain stagnant around here, or perhaps especially if they close even better than here, then I would be looking for that move again to be happening between the next 5 days, which would actually be the beginning of that third week of October, and 10 days, which essentially brings us into the end of October. So things really lined up quite well here. And should we look at the daily? What does the daily say? Daily playing towards the top side of the range, 50% levels coming in around 67,700. Would like to see a closure above there for the daily to actually confirm a breakout, but 5 days more important here, being that it is a higher time frame. Of course, we do have the witches. Again, there is going to be a bull moon popping in tomorrow. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses in a row. Wait, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 losses in a row for a strategy that typically boasts a over 58% win rate. Of course, this is the gambler's fallacy that I'm saying right now. But again, with all other things in mind, I would say that this is probably going to be an interesting one. Let's see what the returns are for this one on average. Average winning trade, 14.5% versus average losing trade, just under 7%. Let's suspect that things kind of end somewhere right around here. If Bitcoin does play to the upside and play at that average, then 14% in the next couple of weeks, which actually brings us above that 10-day period, would be into the mid 70,000. So not bad. What else do we have? What else do we have to look at on this particular video? Also the 5-day strategy. Well, I mean, we spoke about it yesterday. No real updates here, but look, as long as Bitcoin's above that 5 exponential, that is an indication that a potential for a long-term trending move is still in order, just like we saw over here. And over here doesn't mean that every time that happens it's going to be a long trending move, but all long-term trending moves like to use that as sort of a basing point. And so I believe that is the area to be watching for this next open. And that's pretty much it for today's analysis. As far as the main things for Bitcoin, the main areas to be watchful of and potential areas of interest over the next couple of weeks, I am going to take a sip of this water because I'm damn thirsty. I'm going to get to some of these comments. I did write down some of the earlier ones. Jesus Christ, man, too many fucking Discord notifications. I am turning that shit off because I don't want it. I see that someone has, at the beginning of the stream, requested SUI, S-U-I. Let me get out I would actually like to use my momentum chart for today. This chart and momentum chart are going to be the ones to watch to be watchful of. That's what I'm trying to say. In the meantime, let me get rid of everything else. Yeah, there we go. Okay, boom and boom. Yes, there we go. See what SUI is looking like. And then I'll try my best to kind of pull back to all of these other ones. So I remember we looked at this one last week and we said, hey, very likely a pullback somewhere around the prior highs from March. We do see the 5-day, the weekly, the higher term timeframes are beginning to look a lot more like a rejection right here. And I do think that this one is going to play sideways and down for a while. 4-hour time frame is probably getting ready for a bounce, however. Could very easily bounce back to like 210, 220-ish region. Maybe let's call it in the middle of 215. But I would be looking for further correction after that. Maybe something like this if you want to follow the LARP lines. Something like this. And this likely takes its time to kind of shake itself out. Long term, though, it's hard to hate. I mean, it did make a new closing high here. It's just after after a move like this, I want to be looking for and mindful of higher lows. So pull back into a higher low and then try like the real move, maybe later this month, maybe in November. Should I eat some beef on this stream as well? Stop drinking into the microphone. All right, let me see if I can pull back to the earlier super chats. Doing my best here, but I am a one-man crew today. Okay, so I'm already fucking it up because okay, hold on. Maybe that can do better over here. No, okay. All right, so the latest I can find is Interstellar Ideas, and he's looking at Wojak versus what? Wojak USDT on Ethereum, I think is what he means. Okay, a Wojak. All right, so like I said, today I'm actually quite interested to see what the shitcoins look like, because I would expect them to be looking good if the market's about to do what I think it's about to do. Look, I like same thing as the last chart. You're retesting those prior highs. You're very likely to pull back here, but I do think that this one's a little bit in a stronger position to try a further move to the upside overall, perhaps closer to whatever the hell this area is right here. Oh God, that sound in the background is making me anxious already. Perhaps somewhere right around here. This is where I'd be looking for on the real pullback. But again, looking for higher lows after that. So where could things perhaps pull back to after, after this, kind of where you're at right now, maybe all the way down to like whatever the hell this number is, somewhere in that pocket. Again, would still be a higher low and give it a nice base to kind of try a real move to new highs, something like that. But higher term time frames bullish. 5-day, weekly, all looking good. I like the higher lows the whole way through. Same thing with the monthly. So, it just depends what sort of a time frame you're looking at. Anyways, Martin Hunt's looking at the Balkan Dwarf. The Balkan Derp. I greatly regret letting this one go quite some time ago. But same thing here, retesting those highs, very likely to pull back from those highs. This already, I think, a pretty big pullback. It's like a 40% pullback. Fucking crazy, man. I do think that it will pull back more. It might have maybe another short-term try here, but I do suspect that it results in likely either an equal high or a slightly lower high. Then it comes back, bases a little bit lower, and tries for a higher low somewhere in this region here. Just eyeballing it. Again, I'm going to guess that's probably, it's right within these, between these major fibs. So that's kind of what I'd be looking for. But long-term, does this one make new highs? Probably yes. Very likely yes. I mean, higher-term time frames bullish. Just need to see weekly closure above whatever the hell your May highs were, and this thing's ready to like really fucking go. Let's see, what would be the areas of interest to the upside here? Can't even read them. Probably in this region here. Davo says C pool. All right, let's check this out. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to need to turn off the super chat soon enough. My voice is not going to be able to handle all this shit. Definitely not as strong as the other ones that we've looked at thus far today. Already at the top side of your range, kind of struggling around the top side of your range, momentum turning down at the top side of your range. I'm inclined to say this one does come lower first. Yeah, not as big of a fan of this chart as I am of other ones. Holy shit. Okay, really need to turn this shit off. This one, 4 hour and daily. 4 hour might try a small rally right here. Might even retest these highs at 19-20 cents, but I don't think that you're gonna actually make new highs just yet. On this rally, I do think that this thing is gonna be at best kind of going sideways, and then it comes down a little bit later for that, more important higher low here, and then tries the actual move to the upside. Nothing really to get excited about on this thing as long as you're below 35 cents. Above 35 cents, okay, yeah, this thing's ready to roll. Likely back up to whatever the hell this number is here, 90 cents, maybe a buck, something like that, if and when that does happen. But got a long way to go, and probably a lot more faster horses in this race at this point. Terrence Grogan says Tesla daily and weekly. Okay, let's check out Tesla on NASDAQ, and Tesla putting in a little bit of the double derp or the triple derp right there. I very rarely see these things hold on for long term, but I do think that, hold on, this actually might be a good place for a bit of a bounce at least. Yeah, I suspect that you actually will try a bounce relatively soon here. It might come lower in the short term, in the short term, like a little bit lower, maybe somewhere around 210. I think worst case scenario 205 or so, but should try a bounce from there. And then the real question is, does the bounce bring it back above 245 or not? If it doesn't, then expect this consolidation to drag on for a long, very long time. If it does, then I'd be looking at that as a signal that this thing's going to actually move overall towards $300. But very critical that this week closes above 227 for that to be, well, I guess it could be next week as well. But we do start to see some divergence if this thing does close below 227 today. So that, or sorry, not today, Friday. If it closes below 227 Friday, that's where divergence and momentum starts to turn down. And at that point, have to be looking for this range to continue on for longer, sir. Dammy says, PP, please. Sure, man. No time frames included, so we will just make it up as we go. What are you laughing at? Oh, you can't make Elsa laugh, by the way, because her face hurts. So don't do it. She said, this is how she says, don't do it. She's like squealing and crying because she's laughing because it hurts. All right. Are you okay? Are you laughing or crying? Oh, you're laughing. Oh, they're funny. Yes. People are pretty funny, actually. Is it retarded funny or just actually funny? Ha ha ha. Yeah, PP. Look, overall, the LARP line's playing out here. I do think that this thing is going to make a move to this region here. Does it happen from this base? I actually do think that it probably does. Yeah, I actually do think it probably does, but I can be wrong on that. Overall, this thing is bullish as long as you're above whatever your September lows. The question is, does it move to the top side of the range from this base here, or does it take some more time going sideways? I'm inclined to say it actually probably does try from here. Yeah, I actually do think that it will try from here. Yeah, fair enough. Coffee, please, says OPGU. OPGU. Okay. Open GPU. All right. Nice. Excuse me. We looked at this one last week, and I believe I said the same thing as about what I'm going to say now. I mean, I like that the chart just generally has an uptrend here. It is a very bizarre looking chart to me, though. I mean, there's no like major structure going on. Overall, it's very likely to actually break out. Yes. It's grinding up against your range highs for quite some time now, 128. I wouldn't get too excited until you close above 128. At that point, have to be expecting new highs, probably, if I'm just eyeballing, like 175 to 190-ish region. Might as well just call it $2. Bullish as long as you're above, again, October lows, which is whatever the hell this number is here, 69 cents. Actually, great and easy number to remember. Okay, whoa, Jesus, man. Okay, we have OGPU twice. So I'm just going to skip that next one because we literally just looked at it. CGPT. A lot of GPU, GPT, or Jesus. C. Can they have better or more different names? Okay, this one actually does look different than most. Okay, yeah, an example of a weaker chart compared to other things that we looked at today. Do I think it's putting in a base here? Yes, it very likely is. It is going to be a higher low. It very likely does overall move to the upside long term. But again, compared to other things that we've seen today, it's a weaker horse. It's a slower horse. Could very easily even come down to like 12 cents and try for that higher low and look something like this. Something like this. Long term, not really anything to get excited about as long as you're below about 18 cents or 18 cents. When you start to get above 18 cents, I mean, yeah, it can go for a run towards like 29, 30 cents, but just faster horses in this race right now. But yeah, probably something like this. Maybe it puts in a low where it is right now. Overall, I'm not bearish on this. I wouldn't be as bullish as some of the other things I would have seen today that just don't have that overhead hang that this thing does. Because remember, like, what's the real chart? Because right now I'm on bull view. This is the real chart right here. Looks like Carderpio. In fact, let's actually look at Carderpio, this fucking highly esteemed piece of technology that people just haven't realized the true value yet. It's like probably does something like this. Faster horses. This is just a fucking dumb horse. This horse is the retardium horse. Everyone joins a cult. Some people join more retarded cults than others, though. Anyways, Mr. Mitchell Jr. says LPT versus US dollar. LPT versus US dollar. Live peer. Again, another example of not a faster horse. Do I think it's going to go up from here? Yes. Do I think it's setting at a base here? Yes. Is it as good as the other ones that we've seen today? Fuck no. Hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 25 bucks. Above 25 bucks, sure, yeah, it can run towards 40 to 50 bucks, something like that. Just look, it had its pop in 2021. Very unlikely you're ever going to get above those 2021 highs, which I think is what most people are probably interested in with something like this. It's like whenever I see a 2021 or prior shitcoin, my thought process is that, okay, this person or what people are generally thinking, maybe not you, perhaps not you, but what people are generally thinking is, oh shit, I remember in 2021 when this thing went to the moon and it literally just fucking went up. And so I bought right here and now I'm holding all the way over here and surely it's going to do the same thing again. No, it's not. It's very unlikely to. And I'm not saying that because I know that live peer is a terrible piece of shit. It's just because almost always with prior cycle shitcoins, they do not get above their new or their old cycle highs. That is going to be the name of the game over 95% of the time, probably closer to 99% of the time. I wish I could actually pull like a real statistic for that because that would be great. But I don't think that there's an easy way to do that. Coffee Please says Beam versus weekly, monthly. Sure, let's check it out. I think this is another 2021 shitcoin. Surely we can get more history than this. Mex C. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, terrible. Fucking god awful, man. Like, what the hell? I mean, this one, this is actually just terrible. Really fucking bad, man. Look, even if this thing does rally and it has another pop like you saw back in November of 2023, you're very unlikely to even get above that high. I think best case scenario, it might pop up to like 13 cents. But look, that's a fucking 3x from here. Is that likely? Not really. Again, 2021 shitcoin, you will never see it higher than this. I feel, or I should never say never, but I would give it an over 99% probability. You will never see it above this high right here. And I will say the same thing about most 2021 shitcoins. Yes, there are a handful where that statement is not going to be true, 100%. But ask yourself, have you found the diamond in the rough that is going to buck the trend that is most likely for 99% of the time, or not? No, of course, you've read the white paper, you've done your research, and you've also read Twitter posts that say, Beam USD, rocket emojis, 50 fucking times. Convincing, very convincing. Anima says, Mother USD, oh God. Mother Iggy. Do you know who Iggy Azalea is? She has her own shitcoin. Oh, you know that? What the fuck? Look, for as much as I'd... What? It's old news. Okay, fair enough. To be fair, just because this shitcoin does not have those 2021 overhangs, it actually has much more potential for, well, just has much more potential overall. Again, same sort of shit here. You know, very easily this thing could put in a higher low, kind of where it's at right now. Maybe it comes a little bit lower, possible. Anything above 6 to 6.5 cents is fine. Should dig its way out, should do something like this. Can't get excited about this thing as long as you're below 14 or 15 cents. Above 15 cents, this thing very likely retests highs in the low 20s. Yeah, I mean, this thing has more potential than the other shitcoins that we just saw, even though this thing is literally probably a piece of shit. It's BeamX. Well, maybe write the fucking ticker right, huh? BeamX. What? Why are you laughing? BeamX. Same shit, man. Same chart. Same chart. Same shit. Nothing to get excited about as long as you're below 2 cents. Above 2 cents, yeah, this thing probably runs towards 2.5 to 3. Still, has not been around since 2021, so I apologize. Take that back. Perhaps it actually does retest these highs at some point this cycle. Possible. I do think that it is putting on a low here. You actually even have an inverted herp and derp here. Left derp, double derp for the head, and right derp over here. So above 2 cents, you're probably going to see a move probably towards 3-ish. Maybe, yeah, about 3-ish. 2.5 to 3, somewhere in there. Moo Daily, please. Sure, ma'am. Moo. Moo. Great name. This is a meme that has that has potential. LARP lines still basically the same shit here. Can't get excited as long as you're below whatever the hell this number is. Wouldn't get bearish on it as long as you're above whatever the hell this number is. Short term, does it come back down and try for a higher low? Probably yes. Does it do something like this from there? Probably yes. Does it eventually break out to the upside? Probably yes. Does it retest whatever the hell this high is, as well as the 1618 fib here? Probably yes. Does it make a new high sometime later in the cycle? Probably yes. Probably somewhere around here, if I had to guess. Yeah. Look, if you're going to choose shitcoins, you might as well choose the newer ones than the older ones. Like there's you don't get any points for loyalty in this game, unless if you join the cult, in which case you get followers on Twitter for saying how bullish you are on the cult coin of choice. Jay Clark, y'all, says Arrow USD. Okay, let's check it out. All right, I'm gonna guess this is a prior cycle shitcoin. Does that mean it's a good choice? No, it's not a prior cycle shitcoin, and approaching the level of no return quite soon here. I think this one actually is gonna have the real move relatively soon, and I do think that it will rally back up towards 175, maybe $2. But short term, does it pull back from here? If you do see a closure below 135, I would say this one does pull back first, probably towards, I mean, it could pull back towards 120 to 115 quite easily, still be a higher low. But until then, I guess better to be angled towards the upside, I suppose. All right. Well, you're looking at the 4 hour as well. 4 hour. 4 hour should actually try another short-term move to the upside here. Retest the 145 to 148 high. What's up, Michael? Sup, dude? Whiff on the 4 hour in daily. Sure, man. All right. It's a new cycle shitcoin, but it's like old for the for the new cycle. LARP line still playing out. Can't get excited on this thing as long as you're below 295. Above 295, this thing very likely will run back up towards $3.5 to $4. But I read this as a rejection right here, and if this thing does close today below 278, which it is right now 20 cents below, which is a large percentage move, I would be expecting a pullback first into a higher low try, which could come all the way down to, I mean, it could easily come all the way down to like 220, 225 and try for a higher low there, and then try a real move to the upside. Yeah, I read that as a rejection right now, but I would really wait for today's closure. Cool. Stefan Milicevic says, Superverse daily and weekly. Sure, man. Upside targets. Well, I think it's already hit the easy ones here. It's already hit your highs from March of this year. Very likely to pull back from this region. You're seeing momentum oscillators get into extremely critical zones. Here's your weekly. Here's your daily. Here's your 5-day. Here's your 2-day. So this is a pretty damn good place for a pullback. Maybe it has one more spike higher towards $1.50, but this is a good place for a pullback. Pullback very likely comes into a higher low, and I'll explain why. The monthly is bullish. The monthly has a very clear and obvious higher low here. Momentum on the monthly is about to turn up for the first time since your March run to new highs. And as long as this thing's above 93 to 94 cents. So I would be looking for this thing to very likely continue later in this year, maybe early next year, probably towards $2.5, $3, maybe even more. Probably this one actually could make new highs this cycle. You know, like I said, I know Elliot. I have an idea of what he's doing in the background. He's one of the people that I trust. So if there's going to be a shitcoin that actually is like trying to do something, it's probably this one. I mean, shit, didn't they partner with or have some sort of, I don't know, something to do with that off the grid game? Or I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't fucking know. But I think that probably helps out just crypto gaming in general. You know, one being successful kind of benefits the whole pool. Joey Burden says MOG on the 4 hour daily. Okay, I think this is also a new shitcoin. Yeah, definitely new shitcoin, and definitely much better than the prior old shitcoins that we have seen on today. Still, however, hard to get excited about this thing in the short term as long as it's below whatever the hell this number is right here. It can very easily pull back a little bit more, perhaps towards this area here, would still be a higher low. Does that happen before it does try a legitimate move to the upside? I think possible, but higher term timeframes, weekly, monthly, I do think that this one will make new highs before end of year, actually. Weekly, I mean, this thing's got a lot of room here, a lot of room. And overall, it's been having a nice weekly uptrend. So I always respect that. And short-term pullbacks very likely do produce higher lows. All right, UCD. Oh, UCD. Jeez, I'm the retardium today. INJ USD. Okay, an old cycle shitcoin. Let's see how it's doing. Already, I'm going to be biased against it, and this is why. At least it actually made new highs in 2024, so that is a good sign, and it very likely, actually, for a 2021 shitcoin, much better, actually pretty good, actually pretty damn good. The question to me here would be, is this thing going to come back down base a little bit lower, closer to like $17.5 and then try move to the upside, or does it try from here? And I'm actually inclined to say that it tries it from here. As long as you're above about $17, which is actually not very helpful. That's last week's low. Or as long as you're above last week's low, which is 18.5, I would actually be looking for this one to trade north from here. And I'd be looking for it to pop back up somewhere between like 27 to like $30. And I do think that the move probably comes from here. I like what I see on the daily. I like what I see on the weekly and the monthly. Yeah. And weekly, by the way, I guess I must have charted this one a while ago, but we do have a nice regression coming in from all of the macro lows. So it had 2 tests in this cycle right here, two tests already in this cycle right here. I'm inclined to say it probably does not actually go lower than last week's low. I'm inclined to say it probably tries higher from here. Yeah, an example of of actually a pretty good 2021 shitcoin. Yeah, not bad, not bad. When it has higher lows in the new cycle, that is a great sign. That is a really, really good sign. Does it have as much potential as a new shitcoin, though? No, probably not. But look, if you're going to choose a prior cycle shitcoin, this one, not bad. Let's see. Solana, daily, please. The daily is actually not what you should be concerned with. Well, I shouldn't be telling you what you should be concerned with because everyone has different strategies on different time frames. So fair enough. I retract that statement. But if I were to add just one little point of potential interest, I would say, hey, look at the weekly. Don't miss the forest for the trees here, the trees for the forest. Above 162.5, this thing is very likely to make a move towards 200 plus. Daily time frame, however, is that going to come from this base right here? It's honestly a hard call for me. I don't have strong opinions on that. Can it come down and set in a higher low and then try the move? Can it just blast up from right here? I don't have an opinion. I don't have a strong opinion on that, really. I don't know. A healthy amount of I don't know. I'm inclined to say it probably tries from here just based off of what the general market is doing, though, and looking at momentum oscillators across the higher term timeframes. But that is, I am making a few assumptions there. So, yeah. This thing, Solana, bullish as long as you're above 133. Below 133, okay, problems. Until then, just let it do its thing, I suppose. Okay, wow, there are seriously a lot of chats today. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you around, sir. Thailand bot. Okay, whoops. Cannot spell. Versus the dollar. Weekly, monthly is the reversal real. Let's check it out. Let's go to the monthly first. I'm inclined to say no on the monthly. The weekly reversal, is that real? It's a range play. It's a range play. So yes, the weekly will reverse here. The monthly is putting in a low, in my opinion. But when I see something like this, a test to the top side of the range plus momentum turning down, you might get another pop. You might even get another test towards 3.1. But I think it does come back down. Probably sets in a higher low. Continues out with this long-term range that has been going on for a few years, and then tries to move to the upside. But long-term, okay. Can we actually get a chart here? That would be good. Okay. Long-term, the monthly trend is down. The monthly trend is down. So maybe the reversal is real, but at least the weekly reversal is real in my opinion. The monthly reversal may or may not be. The monthly, if it trades above whatever the hell this number is here, and you already know this because I know that you know what you're talking about, then it probably trades back up towards these highs, which is where it's been getting stuffed for its whole life, I suppose. So yeah, most Forex just ranges anyways. Yeah, some do trend for sure, but most of it is just one massive range. No spamming, thank you. Stalic Series, what's up, man? CLSK, daily weekly stock. Thank you for specifying stock. Clean Spark, okay. Let's check it out. Whoops, I'm like drawing lines. It's like reading the rainbow. Okay, I need some water, man. I'm inclined to say that this one is already sitting in a higher low here. It does try upside from here. I'm wrong if it comes back down below your September lows. At that point, probably move towards $5.50, but I think this actually might be a low right here that is trying for. You already see a monthly low right here. So the next higher low is very likely the big one because things typically come in threes, not always, but usually. So the real question is, does it do this? Does it come down a little bit more here, try for that higher low there, and then try the move to the upside? I don't know. But I'm inclined to say that the weekly should try here. How will you know that the reversal is real? Well, you need to see it trade above the the March highs. So it's not super helpful, unfortunately. But I do think that it will try some upside from here, and you just have to see how high it gets. I'm seeing hidden bullish divergence on the weekly stochastic oscillator and also turning up. So I like that. Again, on a higher low. I mean, or what would be a higher low? Excuse me. Yeah. All right. What else we got? Ricardo Barreto says Memecoin. We already looked. Did we look at Memecoin? Is this a different thing than Pepe? Yeah, it is, I guess. All right. Memecoin. It's a weird one here. Usually I'd say down, but I do think that this one is just creating a range. Something like this might come all the way back down to the bottom side of the range at like $1.50. I do think that that's possible, but should try for a bounce somewhere there and then continue on with the sideways. Long term, hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 380. Above 380, this thing will very likely retest highs, probably make new highs. It is a newish shitcoin, so those are the ones with the most potential. But below $1.50, yeah, very, very bearish. I just don't think that's what's happening here. I just think it comes down to the bottom side of the range and then tries for a bouncer. Big Bull says Mew daily. Sure, man. Mew USD. Cat in a dog's world. Nice. Actually, pretty good. Pretty good. I am gonna write this one down. Need to be taking my own notes here as well. Cat coins, like I said. Myself and Elsa, every night. It's either fart videos or cat and dog videos. Very fun. Very fun. I do think short term it probably comes down a little bit. Daily, weekly. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, I do think that this one is breaking out from here. I actually do think that it is breaking out from here. The daily, though, does it pull back a little bit more before it tries that breakout? Maybe closer to like whatever this area would be right here. I don't know what the hell that is in terms of price, but the numbers are too small, like 0.7 cents, so, I don't know, something like that. I don't know, but long term, this one is breaking out. It should make new highs, maybe even this month, probably next month, very likely next month. Maybe even this month too. I mean, this is a strong move. Any sort of a 5-day closure above 0.8 cents, and yeah, this thing is going to roll. I would even be looking towards a cent. 1.25 cents, something like that. Dan Rule, baby PP on Ethereum, and then he gives some sort of fucking what the fuck? What? I'm just gonna type in this. I ain't typing in all that other shit. Okay, very, very new shitcoin, which are probably the ones. Okay, actually, no, it's not. This is a 5-day. It's been around since 2023. I do think it is putting in a low here. I do think that it will rally from here. Do I think it's going to, retest these highs over here? Probably yes. I don't know what the hell that number is, but it could very easily look something like this. This is a 5-day time frame, so keep in mind, this can take a long time to happen. It's not. It doesn't seem like the fastest horse in this race, but very likely will move to the upside. I do think that it will test this region at some point. Maybe this year before the year is over. Maybe early next year. But I wouldn't get too excited about this thing until it actually trades and closes above whatever the hell your March of 2024 highs were. TJ says render daily weekly. All right, RNDR. Remember, this one was very popular, and also a prior cycle shitcoin, which actually has done the unthinkable. It has. Hey, why is it? Why? There used to be way more exchanges for this thing. Did it get delisted or some shit? Well, whatever. Yeah, there's definitely more history. No, okay. Oh, sorry. This is 2022, so maybe not. Maybe this is proper. Look, I do think that this one is putting in a low in this overall region here. I do think that is happening, but is it happening right now? That I don't know. I think that it could very easily pop back down closer to the bottom side of the range, like $4.35, maybe even as low as like $4. Still have a higher low and still try to the upside. But overall, I do think that it will try higher. Where is the area in which you would start to get excited about it, though? Well, very obviously right here, above about $7. Above $7 on a closing basis, and yeah, this thing will probably roll up to 10, maybe even 13, $14. Overall, I do think that it will try to the upside again. The question to me is, does it happen from here, or does it try a little bit lower first? That I don't know. Joey Burden says SPX USD. What is this? Okay, this is a new one. What the fuck? Okay, that chart does not look correct. That chart looks more correct. It's been around for 3 weeks, 3 whole weeks, and you want a 4 hour and a daily. I don't think either of these is going to even populate much at all. Here's your 4 hour time frame. Barely even populates anything. It's an uptrend right now. I don't trust things with this low of history for technical analysis that much. I barely even trust it to begin with. So I do think that the uptrend will continue. It probably looks something like this. Overall, fine. I wouldn't get too excited about this thing as long as you're below $1. Above $1, this thing should run. It probably runs towards 1.5. Again, very, very limited history here. 4 hour barely populates daily, does not populate anything. So very, very difficult. Only bearish, however, if you come below the Friday, the 11th of October low. Cameron Daly says doggy weekly monthly. Okay, let's see how this one's doing. Oh my God, what the fuck? Hey, did anyone see that? It didn't do it again. Did anyone see that shit? What's the deal with, what the fuck was that? Cool. Okay, look, I do think this thing will, hold on, let me go to the weekly. Wow, this is the important one right here. Look, I do think that it is putting a higher low here. I do think that it will work its way higher from here. Again, in terms of faster horses versus weaker horses, this is a weaker horse, pound for pound. But do I think it's going to try for a move back to the top side of the range at 22, 23 cents? Very likely, yes. Do I think it'll break above there at some point? Yes. Do I think once that happens, you see a move towards like 40 to 50 cents? Also, yes. But pound for pound, are the things going to move faster and more? Short term, I do think it tries a little bit higher here, maybe towards like 12.5 cents. Yeah, and I do think that it actually will try a little bit higher here, maybe even towards 15 cents. Just long term, hard to get excited about it as long as it's below 23, which sounds like you're more in the higher term time frames, being that you referenced the monthly. But yeah, I do think that is turning around here. All right, more water for me. That would be good. That would be very, very good. Lowest Bitcoin price between now and next week, says Michael Longcarb. Let me get out my crystal ball and give you some probabilities. Lowest? Okay, here's a better question, because you can never, like, the lowest is obviously 0. The probability of that is very, very low, obviously. Everything is possible with varying degrees of probability. But your real question is, what I'm guessing is, what's the lowest price that Bitcoin could go while still maintaining bullishness overall between now and next week? Again, very difficult to do that within a time frame as well, but it would basically be about $64,500. Below 64.5, you got some problems. No longer bullish. But I mean, I could easily see Bitcoin pull back to like 65.5 or 66. It doesn't really mean all that much. Will it? I don't fucking know. There's no way to know that. Zero fucking way to know that. Unfortunately, man. If I knew that, I would be a billion, quadrillion, trillionaire. What's the name says, write correctly, use spaz ticos. Thoughts on Hyperliquid? Sounds like a stupid name. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me type that into. It's not even on TradingView, man. So I think you tried this last week as well. If it's not on TradingView, I can't look at it, and I don't like research coins because I can't read, because I'm also retardium. No, because I don't care about that kind of stuff. That's not my game. That's not my edge. My edge is as a trader, not as a fundamental white paper analyst. I don't fucking know, man. If it doesn't have a chart, and then I definitely don't have an opinion. Alex Lovell says, can you do pups on runes, please? Okay. Pups on Rune. Okay, this thing, or you said it's on Rune, but it's on Solana on TradingView. Look, if it ain't on TradingView, I'm not looking at it, man. Is this something oh, whoops, we're on the wrong chart. Maybe this is the right one. Okay, it's been around for literally a couple months. This is very helpful. I'm struggling with finding a chart for this thing, man. A chart that makes sense, at least. I guess these two charts look about the same. Look, it's been around for 2 months, man. It's not even been around for 2 months. It's been around for a month and a half. I don't have strong opinions on shit like this. I really don't. What I do like is that, at least for the time that it has been around, it has gone up. And I do think that probably it will continue to go up just because it's that time of the market cycle. How far can this one come down and still put in a higher low? Somewhere between these two major fibs here, which would be 9 cents to 11.5 cents. That would still be a higher low. I can tell you where I'd be bearish on it, below 8 cents. Big problems below there. But yeah, I don't have strong opinions on shit like this, man. It's too new. The proper answer is I don't know, sir. Misha Vladimir says, ICP, please. ICP. Insane Clown Posse. Another great cult. Probably one of the greatest cults of all time. I've charted this one before, but didn't really see, I mean, did look like it worked out, but not super relevant for the current times, I suppose. Kind of like a lot of the other ones, the question to me is, okay, it's obviously put in a range here. I do think overall it will resolve to this range to the upside, but is that resolution coming in from this move here? I don't know. I do think they could very easily come back down. Something like this, set in a higher low, somewhere around 7.25 to 7.30, then try move like this. Again, long term, hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below $11. Above $11 should retest your March highs. Above your March highs should go on for a pretty significant move towards 40 or so. But again, faster horses within this race. That's what it looks like to me. And also, of course, if it does choose the bearish route, anything below 580, very fucking bearish. Very fucking bearish. But until then, give it the benefit of the doubt. Have to give most things the benefit of the doubt for now. Big Bull is back. He's looking at Ponky. Ponky. Sounds racist. Pretty good. It's a new cycle shitcoin. It goes generally up. It is ranging right now on the daily. It very likely continues to range after hitting the range highs. But even if it comes down here, have to be on higher low watch, and maybe something around like 30 to 33 cents, and then tries a real move to the upside above 44 cents on a daily closing basis. You should retest all-time highs. Probably make new highs from there too. A decent setup. Only bearish below 21 cents. Music on HTX. Okay. See if anything pops up here. Okay. An example of a new shitcoin that is not good. This one only goes down while everything was rallying to new highs and beyond. this thing has just put in lower highs the whole way through, and looking like it is putting yet another lower high right here. Very likely comes down from here, maybe finds a try for a higher low at 3.5 cents. I think that's the hopium, and then perhaps tries a reversal. Nothing to get excited about in this highly esteemed piece of technology that is certainly going to change the world and the music industry at whole. As long as it's below 6.25 cents, above 6.25%, maybe it might get a rally, a pity rally towards 9 to 10 cents. Fair enough. More water from me, Mr. Crunk. Let's see. Holy shit, fuck. There are way too many chats today. Oh, dear Lord. All right, I need to eat some of this beef, man. There is a lot of chat to go, and I'm hungry as hell. We're just gonna wait here. All right, what's the next shitcoin? Frederick looks at ZKML. The fuck is this? Weird. Very weird one. Something like this. Same question as I have on a lot of these. Setting at a higher low here. Just to come closer to the bottom side of the range. This one not as strong as the other one, so that's for sure. Something like this probably, man. Still, can't get excited about this thing as long as you're below 34 cents, let's say. Above 34 cents, very likely retest highs, which is actually a pretty big move for this. Only bearish if it comes below about 6.5 cents, but I mean it's more than a 50% dump from here, so I think unlikely. The question is just where does this next higher low come in around? I'm not convinced that it's actually in just yet. I wouldn't even consider it as long as you're below about 17.5 to 18 cents on a daily closing basis. All of these done on a closing basis. Jups says, Jup, how strong am I looking? Keck. Okay. I have this one on my list. Coming off the bottom side of the range, I do think this is indeed your higher low right there. I do think that this one is going to rally off these regions, actually, and I do think that it will very likely rally back up towards the top side of the range, but I do think that it can take its time. Top side of the range being 1.25 to 130. Where would I get excited about this thing in the short term? If you see a closure on a daily above 95 cents to a buck, above there, you should see a run, actually a pretty significant run to the top side of the range. But then, you got the same problem right here. But long term, do I think that it breaks out to the upside? Probably yes. Only bearish if you come back down below the 10th of October's low, which is 70 cents. Actually do think that this one could very well break out from here. So, yeah. Woot says bonk on daily and weekly. Sure. Bonk? Woot says bonk on daily. Crypto is so fucking funny, man. The names are funny. The tickers are funny. The the people are pretty funny usually. Some of the best trolls are crypto trolls in the world. Yeah, I mean, higher lows the whole way through. Short-term range highs at whatever the hell this number is. Closure above there should get a run somewhere around this area here. Probably even goes for a new run from there. Again, I really like these ones that go up, they hold their gains, and they continue to put in higher lows. This is actually quite a mature consolidation. Momentum also is turning up. I think that this one might even try from here. Same thing on the weekly. If it does come back down, I'd just be on a higher low watch somewhere around this region here if it were to happen. But overall, this thing very likely does give another legitimate try to the upside. One of the better shitcoins that we've seen today. Is it an old cycle shitcoin? Not really. Okay. Yami CH says yen versus Aussie dollar. Okay, this is actually going to be interesting. I like looking at I really like looking at Forex. Not a pair that you see too often, though. Whoops. Okay, and what time frames are you on? Daily, okay. Do you think it probably rallies a little bit more from here, maybe all the way up to 0.01? Or sorry, geez, these numbers are so small that it actually really does matter. Somewhere perhaps around this region right here, but overall you have to respect the trend, man. The trend is down, and the trend is like heavily down. The thing is that when you incorporate a more long-term view, you can see that, you know, low since 1992 came in kind of around this current region. So while I do think that it could come down for maybe one more swing, overall, this is a reversal area here between the low that it's already put in and maybe a little bit lower than that. This is a reversal region. I mean, unless if the real collapse is coming off of this move, but I don't think it is. So it could look something like this, where boom, pops up, gets rejected, comes down, sets in a slightly lower low on the daily. But again, you know, tries that real move to the upside. Again, this is a monthly. This could take a very fucking long time to play out, like very, very long. JW says degen. Okay, this is an actual ticker in the world. Degen ticker. Only in crypto will people be happy to be identified as degens. What sort of nonsense is this? Again, we have another example, testing the top side of the range, plus momentum turning down. Have to be inclined towards an overall downside move, maybe after one more slight try to the upside, but I don't think it gets higher than this range has at 1.25. Probably comes back down to the, you know, to the midpoint of the range at you know, at least tries for a higher low there, and then perhaps tries to move to the upside. But again, this is the area I would not be getting excited about until you start to close above there, and at that point you're probably going to test these highs here at like 2 to 2.5 cents, maybe even 3 cents, 2.5 to 3 cents, let's say. But yeah, I think it takes some time. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, short term can very easily have a short term rally relatively soon, but I wouldn't be getting too excited about it. I don't think that this is the move just yet. 11.7 Production says Jesus Coin I hope that this is an actual coin. I bought Jesus on the blockchain, and I am going to eat some more of this food. Jesus. Weird looking chart. Low, higher low. I guess I charted Jesus before. Can't get excited about it as long as it's below whatever the hell this number is here. But there should be test highs. I actually do think that it will retest this region right here. So it'll have a chance to actually break out. Let's see if it actually happens. But overall, I mean, the trend is your friend and the trend is to the upside. So I respect it. I respect Jesus. Only bearish below September lows, and I don't think that's happening here. I think at worst you get a higher low around the midpoint of the range. All right, time to time out some of these spammers. All right, spammers, you ready? Time out for spamming every fucking shitcoin ticker in the world. Who else should we time out? Who needs to go to shitcoin jail? Oh, I need a shitcoin jail. God damn, I need so many things on this computer that I don't have. Do I have these things? Ina Marie has become a spot. What? How did you? Oh, you joined the channel. Thanks for that, Ina, and welcome to the cave. Make sure to get naked and take off your pants. Probably not what you should say to a female joiner, though. So I apologize if that's offensive. And if it's not offensive, then yeah, do it. Carrot, 4-hour and daily. All right, let's check it out. Okay. Oops, I keep on drawing shit that I don't want to be drawn. Again, a newer shit, or is it a newer one? Kind of newer shitcoin here since April. So yeah, it is a newer one. Again, you're at the top side of the range. We've seen many things get rejected at the top side of the range. Is this one going to push on through is the real question. Well, if you see a closure above 70.5 cents, then yes. And this one's in a different position here than most of the other ones. You can see stochastic momentum is actually not in the critical levels as of right now. In fact, it's still healthy to the upside. So I do think you're going to at least test 70 cents. Question is, do you close above there on a daily? If you do, I'd be getting ready for a move towards like 85, 95, maybe even $1. Starts to look quite nice for the reversal. Yeah, only bearish below October lows. I don't think that's happening here. I think this actually really could be the move for this one, compared to a lot of the other ones that we've seen, which are not as mature. 4-hour time frame should try a test up here. So yeah. Wrong baby PP. The one he wants I don't think is on TradingView. Then we can't look at it, sir, unfortunately. Joey Burton says, Bitcoin dominance when potential downside. Thank you, sir. I actually don't think that this is a great chart to be looking at. Just doesn't seem to be super useful, to be honest with you. But, you know, it's hard to say that this thing's not going to go to 60% at this point. But you know, you're still going to see the strong altcoins rally. So it's kind of like fool's, in my opinion, it's fool's gold to be analysizing Bitcoin dominance. And I've been saying this for about a year now, because there's too many shitcoins in this market. And just by the virtue of too many shitcoins, most of them are very, very old, meaning that they just lose value versus Bitcoin, because that's what most shitcoins do. They just lose value over time. Where was I going? So Bitcoin dominance is kind of more primed to just float to the upside overall, but the newer shitcoins are outpacing Bitcoin. So it's like, it's fool's gold in my opinion, because what you're really looking at it for is to understand when are the shitcoins going to rally versus Bitcoin, and they are. That's the thing, they are. The strong ones are. The weak ones are, they might have short pops versus Bitcoin, but they're not going to have long-term sustained trends to the upside versus Bitcoin. Very different thing. So I don't think it's a super helpful chart, but yeah, I do think that it continues to go up. I think that you will see 60 plus, and shit, at this point, you might even see like 70 at some point. But, like I said, I think if you're concerned, because you can't actually trade this chart, but if you have your eyes on some random shitcoin, you should be looking at that chart versus Bitcoin, because that could very much be, an uptrend. Anyways, Hennessy says, Pulse Chain is so strong. Okay, let's just analyze. I actually have Pulse Chain on my list here because I see so many I get shilled this shit all the time. This is reversing into an uptrend, yes, but this is actually not the full story. To get the full story, you need to go into Dex Chain, and last I looked, it's down like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70%, some shit like that. Very strong. Dan Rule says, baby PP versus Ethereum. Oh, God. Okay, well, it actually does pop up on TradingView. And terrible. And very bad. And actually the worst chart that we've seen today. The worst chart that we've seen today by far, I think. Is it going to go up here though? Probably yes. If you see this thing close above your September highs, I'd be getting excited about it to extend the move towards whatever the hell this number is. This area is here. Do I think it's going to reverse the long-term trend? Hell fucking no. Not a chance. It looks bad even on log scale. Like, that's when you know that you're really fucked up. It's when it looks bad even on log scale. What does linear scale look like? It actually looks the same. It's that bad. Man's Not Lost says, Snap, please, weekly and monthly. Okay. Since Snapchat. I remember when this shit went IPO. I do think that's put in a low here. You know, you see a multi-year range. That's the nice thing about stocks. It actually has history. You're seeing momentum turn up on a higher low off of the bottom side of the range. So I do think that this one will try to the upside from here. Does it test the top side of the range from this move? Possibly. I think it'll at least test somewhere around like $14 overall. This could take some time, obviously. This is a weekly after all. But hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below $18 or so. Above $18, this thing should go on a run for 25, maybe even 30. Not bad. Oh, you're on a monthly. I'm not even on it. Oh, no, you said weekly and monthly. Yeah, I do think that it is putting in a low here. It's just I think that this can really take some time. So, you know, even if it came back down and tested like 9.25, $10 or something like that would be fine. I don't think it's going to make new lows from here. I think it's going to either at worst continue sideways on the lows and then try to move to the upside, or it tries one from here. I think at least you get a shot towards like 13.5, $14. So, 0xid says Joe USD. Okay. All right, let's see what it's got. Show me what you got. Down. We have a shitcoin, and not a good one. I do think, probably, again, Mark's going to bail a lot of these things out, I think, but, probably tries for a higher low again, then tries to rally from there. I'd get excited about this thing if it trades and closes back above 42.5 cents. At that point, you should get a rally towards 55 to 60 cents. Maybe even it tries for your March highs. Long term, like for the mega move, hard to get excited about this thing as long as you're below March highs. Above March highs, this thing will run like big, actually. That's where you get like your 2x to 3x move, probably towards like 2.5, maybe $3.5. Yeah, I mean, at least it's put in higher lows here. But a 2021 shitcoin that, not strong. Not super weak, though. We've certainly seen worse ones, for sure. But yeah, weekly time frame, same shit. Could base on these lows a little bit longer, but I do think that it will try that upside move at some point. Just can take months, man. CMO says ICSA. Is this a crypto or a stock? I'm guessing it's a stock. No, there's crypto shits popping up here too. What? Okay, it's on no real stock exchange, so it's, is it this thing? It's ICOSA on Pulse Chain. Oh, amazing. Not terrible here. Not terrible here, actually. It is around your range highs. Is it ready to break above your range highs is the real question. This actually could be the move. It does have potential here. You're going to see momentum turn back onto the upside above 11.25 cents. So if you do see that, I mean, it should retest 15 cents. The real question is, does it close above 15 cents? If it does, you should retest all-time highs, and from there probably make new highs at 30 cents. You do see higher lows long term, so have to respect that. The real question is, does it do something like this? Boom. Or does it do something like this, come down more, set in a higher low here, and then boom. I do think eventually you will retest these highs though, and probably make new highs. Again, we're in the proper point of the market cycle here. What's up, Mr. Bear Nutrition? Yes, indeed. Sui's been done. Actually, one of the first things of this whole stream. Let's see. Stuart Wolstenholme, GGP, Great Land Gold. All right. Some British shitcoins gold miner. Let's see. You are on a weekly. This is actually a weird and hard one for me. Oh, weird and hard. I have the weirdest boner. I do think that is putting in a low around this region, 465. It can base on this low for a long time though. It could do something like this. All right. Weekly targets for upside on reversal. Okay. Well, first let's define what a fucking reversal is. Okay. Would have to trade and close a weekly above, what is this? What is this number here? $8. Above about $8 on a weekly closing basis. Okay. You have your reversal confirmed. At that point, you probably at least, holy shit. At that point, you probably initiate a move towards $22, maybe even the prior all-time highs. I mean, that would still be an uptrend with a higher low on the monthly in place. I just think that this can take a long time. I'm looking at a monthly. I mean, this could easily take another year to even put in the low. Let's see. Deasley says STX USD. STX. Okay. Yeah, not bad for, again, a 2021 shitcoin. Actually, 2019 shitcoin. In fact, very good. Higher lows the whole way through. Momentum turning up. Not at the top side of the range just yet, but getting there. Closing above $2.05 would do it for me for a range resolution. At that point, looking for a move towards 2.25 to 2.5. Very likely. Probably even retest these highs overall at $3.5. And the trend is your friend, so at that point, kind of should be thinking continuation. But one thing before the next, again, continuation can take a long time. But monthly is looking like a higher low in place, man. You already have two higher lows, 1 and 2 right there. I like it, especially for a long-term shitcoin. Oh, it stacks. It's a Bitcoin thing. It's not really a shitcoin, I guess. All right, nice. Not bad. Add this one to my list, too. Okay. We're almost at the bottom here. Almost. Oh, God. Maybe not. Ina Marie. It's a lady. Holy shit. Everyone act cool. Tesla, huh? Let's look at Tesla. I think we looked at this one earlier, actually. Yeah. Tesla is in kind of a precarious position, in my opinion. If the weekly were to close this week above 227, it would make things a lot easier. I'd be looking for another move back up towards 260, 270-ish region. Still, long term, it's hard to get excited about anything on this as long as you're below about 290 on a weekly closing basis, or let's just call it $300. Just round up here. But I would be looking for that $300 number to emerge maybe later this year, maybe early next year, if it does close above 227 this week. But if it does close below 227 this week, kind of have to be looking for this thing to come back down into the lower range here, maybe closer to $200, try for a higher low there, and then try a move to the upside. But in a very precarious place, I guess the line drawers are going to tell you something like this. If you do see it below your August lows, which is 182, then I'd be anticipating a pretty nasty drop off, probably closer to like 160. Still would be a monthly higher low, but yeah. I'm more inclined to say that this thing probably does salvage itself here, and I want to see a higher low here. So this week, maybe I guess could happen. Hopefully, at latest next week, you see it actually try an upside move. If you see next week close above like 233, that's where I'd be looking at this as another higher low confirmed, and very likely to retest again those 265 to 270 highs. Short-term pullback there sets it up for a move towards 300. Above 300 on a higher term time frame closing basis, this thing will probably retest all-time highs and probably make new all-time highs. That's where it starts to look pretty damn good. So yeah, kind of a difficult one here. It really depends on your time frame, right? Quarterly makes me think that this one does try from here, but it's a long quarter to go, obviously. So I'd give it the benefit of the doubt. Quarterly is probably the easiest chart here as well. Just anything above $300, and this thing will retest all-time highs. Very likely make slightly new highs. Monib Ramen says Prime daily and weekly. Okay, Prime. I need some more beef. All right. What is this trip? Need to turn off the damn super chats for fuck's sake. All right, I'm gonna just write in the chats, no more super chats, and pin it. All right. Everything before this moment will be done. Everything after this moment will not be done. All right. What is this? Same question that I have on a lot of these shitcoins. It's like, look, is it going to be bullish? Oops. Very likely at some point it will break above $12. And it will initiate a run towards like $20, maybe even more, because I mean the long-term trend is to the upside. Question is, does it come from here or not? Is it here or not? Is it fuck or not? Is it up or not? Look, it can come down easily to like $7 and still have a higher low. That's my problem with a lot of these things. Like the range is wide. The range is wide, and above $12, that's where things get a lot more exciting. Below $5.50, that's where things get very, very bad. You're literally right in the middle of that, which makes it very, very difficult. I'm inclined to say that it will try to the upside likely from here, maybe after slightly retesting like last week's lows. But long term, the setup is there. So I would be biased towards that, just overall, I guess. Simo says Pika. Oh, God, it's like all fucking hex coins. What the fuck? You want to look at Pika versus... Okay, it's versus Ethereum, or you can look at it versus Wrapped Pulse. Okay, obviously not on TradingView. All right, so let's look at something that's maybe on TradingView. That would be good. I guess we look at this thing, Pikachu coin or Pika Moon. It's fucking bullish, whatever it is, super bullish. I don't have any real announced beat on this though. Very, very new thing. Or sorry, wait, what? This does not make sense. I mean, it's obviously bullish. It's obviously going to make new all-time highs. I guess we can draw an extension here. Probably get somewhere around whatever the hell this number is here. Something like that on this rally. Pretty damn good. If that's even what you're looking at, because this is obviously versus Ethereum, not versus Pulse Chain. Dan Rule says, wrong chart again. Check the back numbers. Oh, God, man. Check the, like, this is how you really know that you've gone so deep into the shitcoin jar that you're like, look, man, it's not baby PP versus wrapped Ethereum 5B6A17. It's baby PP versus wrapped Ethereum 2C859B. For fuck's sake. It's bullish as fuck. You didn't need me to tell you that. I'm not even joking that is like actually the issue with looking at the wrong ticker. It's literally baby PP versus wrapped Ethereum C2C89FB. Like, sorry, for fuck's sake. It's bullish. It's obviously making new all-time highs. Probably continues to make new all-time highs. Probably find its way somewhere around wherever the hell this circle is right here, which is some god-awful number because it is literally like 8 decimal places to the right, which no one knows. No one knows how to say that, or at least I don't know. Boo boo gaga. Oh, boo boo. Where's pee poo today? Moo dang, please. Moo dang. Okay. Great name for a shitcoin. Bad chart for a shitcoin, though. Is this the right one? No, it's Moo dang 69,580,29 CB. Very bad chart. Very bad chart again. Okay, I'm inclined to say that this is actually indeed the correct chart. It only trades on perps or something? There's no spot. Okay, there's one spot right here. Okay. It's not good, whatever the fuck it is. It's very, very new. And as I always say, like, look, when something is this new, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. It could very easily put in a range low somewhere around here, like 7 cents, and then rally off this. That's the thing with these new things. They can just fucking pump out of nowhere, I guess. But look, it's already down 75%. Wow. That's what a very strong coin would do. Go down. Maybe it does something like this. Here's what I'd say. Nothing to get excited about on this highly esteemed piece of technology, Moodang. As long as you're below 17.5 cents. Above 17.5, very likely retest highs, very likely makes new highs. Nim says, Kaz short and medium term price action. What does that mean to you, sir? Timeframes would be highly useful. Okay, apparently I've charted this one out, and apparently the LARP lines are working very well here. You're at the bottom side of the range. Momentum oscillators are turning up around the bottom side of the range. You're on the 618 fib retracement here at the bottom side of the range. I'm inclined to say you probably put in a low here. Only issues if it comes down below 10th of October's low, but perhaps something like this tries to move to the upside. Again, still same as before. Hard to get excited about anything on this chart as long as you're below 18 cents. But long term, the trend is your friend and the trend is to the upside, so that is good. Weekly does really look like this thing is entering into distribution, though, I will say. But I'd give it a chance to rally here. Bearish as fuck if you're below 10 cents. Like very, very bearish, like falling apart bearish. Even the month, I mean, this really does look toppy to me, man. But I guess I'd give the daily a chance to salvage itself and rally here. But if the daily does fail below October 10 lows, get ready for that move towards 10 cents. If you see a real closure on a higher term time frame, like a weekly below 10 cents, big fucking trouble. Big, big trouble. But give it a chance here. But this is starting to look like distribution to me. Yeah, if you're asking for short term, probably another try for a rally here, even if it results in a lower high around like 13.80 to 14 cents. Kyle Chua is looking at XRP. Okay, XRP. No time frames given from the XRP crew. XRP cult is one of my favorite cults, actually. It's like they don't even care that it doesn't move. It's like I don't even fucking care. Look, I do think that XRP actually is putting in a higher low here, to be honest with you. And I do think that it will move to the upside. It's just, again, faster horses in this race. This is a very weak horse, very slow horse. But a rising tide lifts all ships. Long term, can't get excited about anything below $2. Even on the short term. I mean, can't get excited about anything below 81 cents, for the love of God. XRP, literally at the same price as 6 years ago. I'm patient and will be rewarded for my loyalty to my investments to the people who don't even know that I exist. Hey man, we've closed the super chats a long time ago. I apologize, but I do need to put my foot down at some point because my throat is actually massively hurting me at this point. Look, nothing to get excited about this thing as long as you're below 81 cents. I wouldn't be bearish on it as long as you're below 30 cents, or sorry, above 30 cents. That leaves a very, very wide range in between. I'd be on higher low watch in the meantime, somewhere around where it's at right now, perhaps best case scenario to 41 cents, worst case scenario. I do think that this thing will try an upside move this cycle. It's just, again, faster horses here. Moodang, we did that. We did that. Chuwok says, hello, Derp. Can you check out Aura on Solana? Okay. Aura. Aura on Solana. Okay. Literally only goes down, man. Very bad. Very, very bad. Is he going to try a rally from here? Probably yes, but all rallies fail. All rallies lead towards lower highs. Like barely even lower highs, just continuation. Like, holy shit, this thing is like actually so fucking bad. But this thing could rally, easily up to like 44 cents. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it could very easily pop up to 44, maybe even 50 cents. I mean, it would not take too much, man. But this is just garbage. Hot garbage. Mati says, Saga on the 4-hour in daily. Or, sorry, Saga, not Aga. Saga. Is this a crypto or a real stock? I'm guessing it's crypto. It's at the top side of the range on the daily. After the top side of the range, I mean, is this thing actually ready to break out now? I guess it has a chance. If it fails, I'd be looking for a move back down to like 2.25. But let's see. 4-hour time frame. Probably comes down a little bit lower, tries for a rally. Let's see if the next rally actually does bring it above $3.5. If it does on a closing basis, then yeah, this thing is actually going to break out. But I'm more inclined to say it's going to come back down, set in a higher low at like the low $2 region, and then try a move. But higher term time frame still bullish here. Oops, just did it again. Oops. Higher term time frame still bullish here. I do think that this thing will break out this month or next, honestly. That's a personal opinion. Okay. All right, I'll do one last one for Johnny just because it was a very big super chart, and I feel it weighs on my conscience when someone does that. So we'll look at $500,000 for FET. I don't know what currency that is, but sure, man. All right. Last one though. FET, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Great name. I think you forgot some sort of marketing term in there as well. In Web3. We're a Web3 company crossing gaming with gambling with AI. Again, we have another thing that's already hit your range highs here. I do think that it will come back. Oh, it looks like my LARP line's already plotted in there, but could very easily come back down a little bit, still set in a higher low, and then try for your move to the upside, something like this. I would get excited above 175 on a closing basis weekly, even a daily probably does it. Looking for a move towards like $2.5, maybe $3 after that. Long term, the trend is your friend. The trend is to the upside, but I'm not convinced that this is the move that it comes from. If you see another rejection around 175 or even lower than that, I'd be looking for this thing to come back down into range somewhere closer to like 90 cents to $1 and try for a higher low there, and then maybe try the real upside move from there. But long term, the setup is there. Long term, much better than most things, especially for a 2019 shitcoin. It has monthly higher lows and higher highs from cycle to cycle. Very good sign. Just the question is this the move or not? I do think that overall, this one will probably make that move before end of year, probably even in November. So yeah. All right. Okay. All right, Justin, last one. You always wait for the last. Like, why do you do this, sir? Why do you do this? Terrible. It's not the worst ticker of the day, but it is pretty bad. Nothing to get excited about this piece of highly esteemed technology as long as you're below $4.50. Doesn't mean it's going to fall through the floor here. I don't know. Could easily come down to like $1, but long term, just there's nothing even interesting about this as long as you're below 4.5, 4.25 even. Probably might try another rally from here. I don't know. I mean, that does look like another weekly lower high. It's just, when you have garbage like this, you have to just be biased towards downside overall. That's the problem. So, these things can rally out of nowhere. A lot of the time they do, but those rallies typically beget lower highs. So anything below, again, what was it, 4.25, 4.5? Just another lower high, sir. All right. It's been a very fun live stream. We got even some beef in the live stream as well, which is good. We need to increase our calorie intake. Need to gain some more weight. Some really good comments today. Some fun topics. And we'll also have a private live stream later for the crypto school people, which there is a free sign up link in the description below. You can literally join in for free to the welcome event if you're interested in learning, interested in learning some shit, or at least the way that I look at price action. So yeah. Other than that, I want to wish you the best as always. We'll be back on next week. Wednesday is going to be the live stream day. Live stream's starting to get a little bit longer now, which is probably a sign of the times as well. Maybe a good a signal as anything. But on that note, I'm going to be shutting things off. I want to thank everyone for joining in and wish you all the best. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully next week.